So I'm well aware that you don't really care what the value of my trading account is. Guys, if I was you, I wouldn't care about it either. But you should be concerned about your own trading account, and the mistake that I made yesterday, I hope none of you ever make it, because in the people that I told inside the trading community, apparently it happens more than I thought. Like when people are like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh, information that would have been great yesterday. So if you are trading or thinking you might stumble upon this, I'm going to show you the mistake I made and how I blew up my entire futures account by accident. Did not even know about it, got a notification that I'd been 100% liquefied and had no idea, completely blindsided. And it really had nothing to do with the fact that it was futures. It had nothing to do with the brokerage. It had everything to do with me. So I want to say that full disclosure. This was completely my mistake. People had kind of mentioned it when I was learning about the platform that I'm using, and I was just lazy, right? I didn't set things up to protect myself against this debacle. So I'm going to dive into that brokerage. The brokerage is Preventative. Like I said, I don't know other platforms, but I'm pretty sure that this happens in other platforms. It's just the one that I'm using to trade futures. And like I said, had nothing to do with those futures. This could happen with stocks. This could happen with options. This could happen with anything that you're trading. So please just take a second, guys. Learn from this mistake that I'm going to make so that you don't have to lose all of the money that I lost. So here is Preventative, guys. It's 8:01 at night. Currently, the futures market is open. If you're curious about futures, subscribe to this channel. I am going to be live streaming it. My school year is almost over. I'm going to be live streaming my futures in the morning from time to time. I'm doing it tomorrow if you catch this video right when it comes out. But if you want like a more overview of what futures are, go over to the main channel, Brad Finn. I made a video on exactly what futures are all about. That should be coming out shortly after that. But like I said, the fact that it is Preventative or the fact that it's futures had nothing to do with this mistake. Really, the setup is. Now, right here, I'm looking at the NAS and I'm also looking at the ES. That just happens to be what I trade, the S&P 500. So I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger because it doesn't really matter so much looking at all that other noise. Here's essentially what happened. And here's one of the things that I love about not only trading futures, but love about Preventative. The bid ask is so small, and it allows you just to set orders. Now, here's essentially what I did. Let's pretend, I'm not going to make a trade right now, but I'll show you what I did. Let's pretend that this orange line here, I'm not really great with colors. What color is that? Orange, pink, peach? I don't know. Let's just say that is an order that I just made. What you can do on Preventative is you can place different orders all over the place. The reason that this feature that ended up burning me is there is to allow you to place certain buy and sell orders at certain locations that will be triggered once they get there. Something I use all the time. Like I said, this is not a knock. It's a great feature. I just didn't protect myself. So let's say the price was here, and I'll show you exactly where on the chart this actually happened, and that'll be fine, and you'll see like how it actually happened. When I place this order, I can click anywhere. Now, say I wanted to go short, I would do a sell order. If I wanted to go long, I would do a buy order. In this case, the case that I'm going to show you in a second, I had a sell order. So let's pretend that this is a sell order. Right here now, that would be my stop loss. If the order went all the way up and hit this, that would be my stop loss. It would also be triggered. What I can also do, which will also be a buy order because it's also going to close the sell order, is I can make another buy order down here as my take profit. Now, the platform does not know that that's what those are for. They just know that if the price gets to this location, that's going to trigger a buy order. This would be great if you wanted to layer into a position as it was falling. You could continue to set like every couple points. That's the reason that it's there. What happened was I placed this order, it came up and it hit my stop loss. That closed this order and it closed the sell order. But what it kept open was this buy order right here. This buy order right here is what drained my entire account. Because what happened after it hit my stop loss, I said, all right, hit my stop loss. I'm done for the day. It's about the end of the day. I'm good to go. Closed my computer, got up and walked away. What happened next? The price began to fall. It got to here. it triggered this buy order. So now I had an open buy order and it continued to sell off to the downside, making all of my gains just go away. I was in a loss, in a loss, in a loss. And it got so low that in this margin type environment, futures are a leveraged vehicle. What happened was I ran out of buying power and the platform automatically liquidated my account. $1,100 or so, maybe like $1,150, leaving me with next to nothing. I think I have like $62 in there right now. But it wiped out the entire account. And when it got to that level, the platform itself, so that I wouldn't go into debt to the platform, liquidated my entire account and I lost everything. So how could I have combated that before I show you exactly where it happened? Essentially, they have two different foolproofs that you can do. Let's say here's my buy, here's my buy. After this was triggered, what I could have done is I would have clicked exit and close all positions. Every time a trade gets played out, right now, I know if I were to click this button, it makes everything go on the screen. I could have a bunch of different orders all over the place. I could be having a party with orders. Once I click exit at market and close all orders, all of those are gone. And I now need to get in the habit of doing that every single time a trade is closed. The next thing you could do is set brackets. Now to show you brackets, I would have to place an order, but essentially when you place a bracket order inside Preventative, it sets that stop and that trigger take profit, but it knows that it's all one transaction. So when the stop loss does get triggered, it closes everything out. And that's another way that I could have protected myself. Okay, so here's exactly where that happened. It happened right here at this location. What I had drawn at the time, and I'll redraw it, I had this marked right here. Okay, that line marked. And essentially, I saw it come off of this trend line that I had drawn. And what I wanted to do was take a short. So as soon as it broke above this, I took a short and I set my stop right here at the bottom here. So I'll draw that line right here. And you can see how much I missed it by. But that's fine. Sometimes we're going to get triggered by one tick and sometimes we're not. Let me make this a little bit bigger now. So here's kind of what my chart looked like. So I got triggered here, okay? And I had my stop maybe a little bit below this. I think the stop was actually like right around here, okay? And my take profit, I pretty much have a 2-to-1. So it was somewhere in this neighborhood right here, probably right around where VWAP was. So it came up to here, it hit this level, it took me short, right? I set my stop, I set my take profit down here at VWAP, and that was it. It went up this huge wick, okay? Stopped me out. I was like, okay, I'm done. I walked away. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, it triggered my buy order. And then boom, boom, boom. I took a loss, was not sitting in front of my computer. Boom, boom, boom. Came back up. Boom, boom, boom. And then right down around here, I got liquidated and lost all of my money. Now, the crappy thing is, if I would have had more buying power or something like that, I would have woke up later and I would have been up, right? But that's not the way it happened this time. Like I said, very, very simple mistake. It could have been fixed by hitting exit, market, and close, or just setting up brackets. If some of my videos are going to inspire you to try futures and you're going to use Preventative, please, guys, just set up your brackets early or get used to clicking exit, market, close pretty much every single time you get out of position, and you could keep yourself from losing $1,100 or possibly more. I like to look at the bright side. I usually deposit like 5-10 grand into new accounts, but this was something I just wanted to try. Brad, you should have been paper trading. I know how to trade these, so I wasn't really concerned with the paper trading. I put only $1,000 in because I wanted to learn the platform, getting in and out of trades. And this was the $1,000 mistake that I took that hopefully you won't take and you won't make the same mistakes again. I hope it helped. If it did, guys, give the video a thumbs up. If you know somebody trading, please pass this along to them. Like I said, I know you don't care about my account, but I care about yours. And I don't want to hear stories of people losing money the way I did. Check you next time, guys.